Only getting started when it's midnight, keeping it tight. If a nigga wanna go to war, it can get dark, but we stay bright. Coming like a night, it's on sight. Ever touch my sleeve? Niggas around there wanna disagree when it's clear that I'm speaking facts. Man like me, you know I'm proactive. Never gonna stop till I see the big man's on flats. Back to the base.
Back to the base. Back to the base.
Yeah. Back to the base.
Back to the base.
Yeah.
Hello and thank you for joining us. This is the WFC and Rising Stars Muay Thai pregame show. I'm your host, Ezra Regan, and I'm joined here once again by my co-host, director of Rising Stars Muay Thai, Lino Enriquez, and special guest joining us, one of my co-commentators for Rising Stars and new professional boxer, Billy Brand. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Doing great, Coach. How you feeling?
Boy?
I'm feeling good. I worked all day yesterday, so I'm warmed up and ready to talk about these fights. How you guys?
Good. You know, we got a little bit of a W yesterday, so obviously we feel good about that.
Right.
It was great.
Bill, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, man. It wasn't supposed to be boxing. It was going to be an MMA fight, and then 2 weeks out, Gilbert Melendez texted me, hey, you want to do boxing? Your opponent pulled out.
No way.
Yeah, I said, all right. Sure. I mean, if the opponent makes sense, let's do it. Opponent
So-
made sense, and we did it.
So how long had it been since you fought?
My last fight was November of last year, so it's been a while.
And what fight was that?
That was the Ethan Ewing fight. That fool's gone on to do some great stuff in the UFC. Had to take a little time, recover, caught a good shot. Feeling great now, though, especially after a win.
So looking to come back and
Oh, yeah.
get back to work, and then it just turned into professional boxing. Had you thought about doing professional boxing before the opportunity arose?
Yeah, since I was a kid, that was one of my goals. I wanted to be a WBC, IBF, IBO champ. Time kind of tempered my goals, but I didn't want to miss on the opportunity. It was a big card, big charity event in Napa, and it was great. It was amazing, man. It was beautiful.
Well, man, your face is spotless. and I talked to Lino. I was like, well, Sal's not available. He's camping in Yosemite.
Come on, Sal.
Yeah. No, he actually worked the show with me last night, but it was either you or Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit Lino with the idea, and he's like, well, it depends how the fight goes. And so I chimed in. But, yeah, the fight went well. Not a mark on you.
It went well, yeah. It interesting. Boxing's obviously a whole different game. I was fighting another MMA guy, and one of the mistakes that Lino kind of warned me about, and I don't listen to him as much as I should, but I treated it as like, all right, I'm gonna box. I've watched boxing. I've studied boxing since I was 12 years old, and I was getting into it thinking we're gonna have a real like boxing style fight, and immediately he's doing funky, awkward stuff boxers would never do. So it took a little adjusting in there. I did what I had to do, came out with a decision win. I was trying to get him out of there, and going into the third, maybe the fourth round, I told Lino, I was like, look, I'm trying to set him down. I got to relax and just touch him up. Like, he's too awkward to knock out. I'll just keep scoring on him, and that's what we did to the victory.
I like it. Smart victory. Now, Napa, not really a boxing town. I thought when I saw the card announced, I was like, that's weird. The Vineyard's going to have a pro event. Tell me about it. What was the scene like?
See, I have no clue. I'm just there as a coach. It was pretty cool though. I mean, once we got there, I don't know what to expect. They did have a pretty cool setup there. It was outdoor under like some barn roof.
At the Vineyard.
At the Vineyard,
yeah.
Did you guys drink wine?
We warmed up. We warmed up in the back with all the wine barrels and
the barrels.
It was kind of like Track 7.
No way.
Literally, yeah. And I was I was looking at my homie. I was like, dude, you think we can roll one of these out of here on the way out?
But it was a super cool event. A lot of the bigwigs were there, some politicians, a lot of pro boxers and pro MMA fighters. It was a pretty cool event.
And Scott Coker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense. All the celebrity combat sport athletes Scott has worked with are always going to show up and come together, and we want to see them at the fights.
Yep.
But that's cool. Are they going to do it again?
Yeah, from what I talked to a couple of the guys in the commission, it sounds like they want to make it an annual thing. So we'll see if they invite me back next year. I'll go get another dub out there. And I told the boys, I was like, shit, I think I only fight Napa now. It was nice.
It was kind of a weird card, right? A lot
Very.
of MMA fighters doing boxing or MMA or Muay Thai, and then like the kickboxers were doing boxing. And it was a little weird, but as the fights progressed, the last 3 fights were amazing. Billy's fight, Matt Baker and Kevin fought. That was an amazing fight. And then Hector and Mason was a great fight too. It turned out to be a great event.
Yeah.
Must have been extremely entertaining for the wine community that
Yeah,
were
we
in
gave
attendance.
them the blood sacrifice they wanted.
Yeah, and I'm sure they haven't seen violence like that in a while. Well, that's great, and I was working as well. I had one guy, Cooper, fighting on the card in Stockton, and then we were down there doing the commentary with the media team at Knock Muay Challenge. Did you guys get to see the stream at all?
We did it, man. By the time I came back and I was driving back, it was over.
Right.
We were there all day.
Did you hear about any of the results?
I did. My guy Luis was there, and he was kind of filling me in on stuff. He said it was a great event.
Yeah, because a lot of these fighters are fighting in champions or high-ranking contenders on the Rising Stars series. So there were some interesting outcomes yesterday, and it was really a super exciting event, as usual. Very consistent show, all out, and promoter Nico had the smoke tunnel. You know, we were there working with CFS, and shout out CFS. We love working with you guys and getting the opportunity to call the fights. Thank you guys for trusting us. And, it was Phil and Glenn and the CFS crew. And it was hot. It was packed, well supported, especially by the Central Valley gyms. You know, you had all those gyms from Stockton down to Tracy and some of the Bay Area gyms, and they were loud. Only 16 fights on the card, but I thought that was kind of the sweet spot. It kind of left you wanting a little bit more. And then those last few title fights just really sent the crowd away satisfied. Vang.
He looked great, huh?
Had a big, best we've ever seen him, and had a big knockout against a game opponent, Saab from Cheetah's gym. Similar build from both of them, but man, Vang got it done, and it's exciting to see someone like him we've watched since the beginning, and he just keeps getting better, and he's the new 122-pound champion. And then the controversial one, whether the girls fight, who did we have? Adelina from Jaguar facing Sarah Jane from De La Soul. And it was a very technical fight, a lot of clinch, but some big outside moments, and really razor thin. And the Jaguar defending champion took home the belt. Great fight, though, no matter which way it went. Again, close. The audience was a little divided on it. It was a great fight and big win for anyone that got to see it. And then I think the most controversial one was Ramos versus Gonzalez and rematch. And Gonzalez, much better performance than his first attempt, and they thought they had it. I actually had one of the post-fight interviews with Alan Ramos up on my Instagram. I downloaded it because I ended up with it at the end of the night, and they've been going at it all day. You know, both teams kind of, we had that, and, I was just like, man, fight number 3.
Yep.
Match.
Fight number 3, and they put it all on the line out there. They both had great moments, and it could have gone either way. I felt like both the defending champions won, and kind of the tie goes to the runner. And traditionally in combat sports or boxing, a lot of times the defending champion's supposed to get maybe the benefit of the doubt. Is that still a thing?
I think so. Me and Billy argue about
Yeah.
this all the time.
We disagree on
Does
this.
that still exist?
So, what were we talking about? Like, it's a rule. Billy was like, it shouldn't be a rule. It's not a rule.
It's not a written rule, but I think it's unfair. I think you should judge the fight as a fight, and I think that you should look at it as both these guys are either champions or non-champions. It doesn't matter who had the belt going in.
Controlling the lead means, in Thailand, in Muay Thai, controlling the lead means more than trying to score.
That's
that's
a different topic, though.
No, it's the same exact thing.
I don't think that, and I think often because that's such a repeated kind of thing in fights is, you really got to take the belt from the champion if you're going to win the belt. I think that puts the non-champ at a disadvantage from the jump, and they already have a disadvantage. Teddy Atlas always says that the champion has he gets 30% better when he gets the belt, whether it's confidence or just, I'm the champ. It's my belt, So I think they already fight better when they win the belt. I don't think you need and I don't think judges do it cognizantly. I think they just hear it over and over. And so in the back of their mind, well, that guy already had the belt. This dude, probably most fight, maybe 6 out of 10 fights would have won.
Here's what I argue. It's the defending champ. It's not the aggressing champ. He's defending that he is the champ.
Top of the hill.
You have to prove it to me.
Yeah.
They've already proved it.
Yeah, but I don't
in
think
the last fight.
I don't think you should have to prove it extra is my point. I don't think you should have to do more than if the roles were reversed,
Take it from me.
Yeah.
I dare you to take it from me. That's the whole thing.
I
It's
know
not
what
a
you're saying.
rule.
I just disagree.
They already have it.
It's not
Yeah.
a rule.
They're on the top of the hill. The other person has to knock them off. And again, with that good performance, not
Yes.
just
Like,
a
we've seen
level
it in
one.
soccer recently, right? It was England trying to hold off. Was it Argentina? And they were playing the lead a little bit too early,
This is out of my wheelhouse.
right? They were just defending the lead, and then Argentina comes back and scores, and then they end up winning the game. It's like if you're trying to win, and I'm protecting my lead, you have to take it from me. If I'm protecting my belt, take it from me.
It's an interesting part of the sport, and it's always been there. I think it still exists. And even when the judges are trying to be very fair, you can't help but see the champion with his belts and see all the entourage and that excitement. It's always a little more than the challenger on that home court, and that affects you a little bit. It's the crowd roaring, but.
I want to see this one in the comments. I want to see what everyone else
Go
thinks.
watch it. Give it a look. Gonzalez had some big points on the outside, and so did Ramos. They were trying to knock each other out the entire time. It was incredible. I was commenting on just the performance, compared to some of the other combat sports. And these guys as amateurs are just representing us so well.
And I was excited to watch this one. I didn't get to see the whole fight, but I wanted to make sure that both guys were healthy, because I won't say who, but one of them will be on RSMT 17 coming up in September in a banger of a matchup. But I was really interested to watch that fight.
We got a post-fight interview with Alan, but I should have got one with Gonzalez as well. Again, they really feel they did enough, and that would have been interesting. I want to shout out Knock Muay Challenge for letting us do interviews. That was the first time. You've let us do them for 10 shows, and the community is enjoying it, and I think they're getting used to it, and they get it. We're trying to do lighting, and I'm working with my reporters in the field to try to be more like professional sports interviewers. We've been seeing a lot of interviews and content coming out of the American Muay Thai community, and I can't say they're all good as far as making Muay Thai look more credible. There's a lot of kind of spoof comedy. I was watching some, I don't want to mention any, but they were at the weigh-in with these professional fighters, and they're all cut down, emaciate. They had cut their weight and just weighed in, and then they're doing, true and false, like silly questions, and you could tell the fighters were humble. The community's humble, and they're happy to get the exposure and put it on for the sport, but you could tell they were a little annoyed as well. So that's one thing we work hard on is treating the athletes like professional sportsmen and athletes, and talk ball, talk like the audience wants to hear about actually the matchup and the training and that kind of thing. And I want to shout out the team. We had a Berto, Sal did some, but we had a new addition, Nia. Nia from Sit Dong Sai. she had done some photography and some video work for the build-up for this fight for Berto. And I said, hey, I'm looking for a new interview person. So she was out there with us. Shout out, Nia. And then I plan on having her do some on the show this weekend as well.
Nice.
And then we had Rocky Reed as well. Did you guys see Rocky?
I seen Rocky. She's amazing.
Yeah, I guess Muay TV is popular with the kids. And it's awesome. The kids are the future.
She does a great impression too.
Yeah, she's got the growl down.
Knock my child. Yeah, she's
But it just shows, the youngsters are watching what we're doing, and in 10 years, those are going to be the people there in Muay Thai. Yeah, we'll be old and gray. But I'm excited. We're all warmed up, and again, the team's ready, and then we get to do the big show. Lino, thank you so much for getting us on the WFC, the historic Rising Stars Pro Show at the Hard Rock. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal, and it was a big deal for me to kind of bring everybody that we've had along. Not everybody supported us from day one, so it was important that we bring those people that did support us with us.
I love it, and the timing's beautiful, and it's WFC coming together with the Enriquez family and Rising Stars, and Pro Muay Thai is back in Sacramento, and we're at the amazing Hard Rock Hotel Casino right outside of town, Wheatland. Tell us any new developments. I know we did a podcast a little while ago where we announced it. Has there been any changes to the situation?
No, but I'll answer a question everybody's kind of had is, are we going to be streaming the event live? Yes, we will have a live stream. Obviously, we want you guys to get your tickets. We want to pack that place out first. But yes, we will have a live stream. You guys all around the country and around the world can watch this show.
That's awesome. And yes, thank you so much for providing that. And Bill, you ready?
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
But as we're going to get the call, you're going to be there, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope if I don't get fired by then.
Yeah, we got the same guys on deck. Yeah.
Well, we want to get into the details of the card, but before that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Sacramento Valley Produce is Sacramento's leading produce provider, specializing in farm fresh produce and serving wholesale accounts throughout all of Northern California for over 20 years. Sacramento Valley Produce. Novasac Construction. Novasac is a Sacramento-based general contractor serving clients throughout the greater Sacramento region and East Bay. The company specializes in commercial renovation projects, including medical offices, tenant improvements, office build-outs, and interior upgrades for businesses and property owners. Novasac also provides residential remodeling services with a focus on kitchen and bathroom renovations. The company holds an active California Class B general building contractor license and is fully bonded and insured, delivering construction services for projects of various sizes and scopes. For all your construction needs in the NorCal area, Novasac Construction. Okay, it's time for the official Muay TV NorCal Muay Thai merch giveaway, and I want to start with our last episode. We did a t-shirt giveaway, and we had multiple people chime in to win a NorCal Muay Thai logo tee, and the issue was we didn't know who won, because when you guys chimed in, all we had was your YouTube handle, and I need your names. So the winners were Muay Thai California, Jandro Bandro 21, and Saints Hitman were the three winners for the t-shirt on the last episode. Again, message me. I need your name, and then I'll get those to you. Also, during the Nak Muay Challenge event, I had a couple people chime in to help us with the stream audio video quality, and I wanted to send them a special shirt, and the winners of that were Frank Vallejo and Monica Vallejo. And you guys chime in with me. Let me know what size, and I'll get those shirts to you. Now, for this episode, for you guys watching live, we want to thank you for your support. And I have a beautiful NorCal Muay Thai gym bag / backpack. So this thing is black. It has the NorCal Muay Thai logos on the side, and great quality. You can set it down like a duffel bag, standing upright, and it also has backpack straps, so it can be worn in that fashion as well. So chime in, make sure you're subscribed, and on the YouTube, not only chime in WFCRSMT in the comments, but also give us your name. The other thing with the NorCal duffel bag is, in order to win, you need to be coming to the live show, and you need to pick it up from me in person at the Hard Rock this weekend. Again, chime in, and again, WFCRSMT in the comments. Good luck. And we're back, and congratulations to the winners, and thank you guys for supporting Muay TV and NorCal Muay Thai. Coach Lino, Billy, should we get into the lineup for the card?
Let's do it.
Where are we going to start? Are we going to start with the fight order for the night, like fight number 1?
Yeah, so this one's going to be a little bit different than usual. We usually put the title or main fights in the middle because this is going to be at a different venue, and we're banging it out with the main event. We're starting non-title fights, and then we'll finish. Middle will be title fights, and then championship professional fight at the end. So I'm going to bang them out that way.
So how many fights total?
Total, we have 14 fights.
And so that's not normal. That's a shorter card and kind of in that sweet spot like I was talking about.
And we don't have any intermission planned for this event. So if it pops up, it'll be kind of a clutch thing that we have to pull off, but we're going to bang these out.
What do you think the estimated runtime is going to be?
I have it on my weird little minutes calendar. I think 3 hours and 40 minutes is my estimated runtime. So the championship fight should be in the ring about 10:15 p.m.
That sounds great.
It's enough time for you guys to watch that fight and then go out and gamble a little bit after. You know?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So we'll start with bout number 1. This is an exciting fight. A couple of guys kind of starting their Muay Thai amateur careers. We have Contrell Lamons from DR Kickboxing. He's fighting Javier Gonzalez from 8 Limbs Fight Team. That's at 153 pounds. Both these guys, man, they have a ton of experience in the development circuit. Contrell, tall, strong for the weight class, classic Donald Roberson style. And then Javier, that's Daniel Gonzalez's brother. Clean boxing, aggressive style, and we know what 8 Limbs brings. That's a great fight.
Sounds like a hell of an opener. Both very athletic and well-trained. Some of the main gyms we're used to seeing. And I'm not surprised, Coach. You got to come out swinging.
And this is the only fight on the card that will have a little bit of extra padding. They'll have no headgear, but they'll have shin pads on. The rest of the card is no shin guard, no headgear. And these guys, being that it's the first fight of the night, we sent them out like 120 tickets combined. They sold out like in a week. So this is a fight that everybody's going to be there trying to watch this fight. And I'm glad we have that one on to kick off the card. Bout number 2, we have Jack Bedwell, Elk Grove Muay Thai, 137-pound fight against Joseph Snyder from Sit Regan Muay Thai.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, we know these guys. It's a classic Elk Grove versus Sacramento / Rockland style. We know what the Elk Grove team brings. I'm a big fan of Jack, big fan of Joe. Talk to us a little bit about that matchup, Coach.
We know Jack and Elk Grove Muay Thai very well. We've watched both of these fighters go from teenagers to becoming young, strong amateurs, and this one's going to be a banger. We just faced Elk Grove Muay Thai at the last Roseville PMT, and it's a strong rivalry. You know, it goes back. My super heavyweight Berto fought Big Jack, who's also on the card in one of the pro shows, and they had a war and kind of a controversial one, and it's just a very competitive gym situation. Not that there's bad blood or anything like that, but I'm expecting them to bring their best. And Joe, my fighter, he's looking better than ever and super eager. You gave him an opportunity on a show a couple cards ago and came up short, and he's been working his butt off since then. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, both these guys have fought for us before, so I'm excited to have them both back on the card. And we'll go to bout number 3. We have DeMarcus Hargrove, Muay Thai minded, Coach Jay, 150-pound fight against Aiden Shuker. Main event Muay Thai, that's our gym. This is a tremendous matchup, man. Like, I know I use that word a lot, but this is that classic Muay Thai-minded clinch pressure style versus what I call, like, we have that aggressive femur style over at main event. And I like DeMarcus a lot. I wanted to give him an opportunity to fight on this card. The one that made sense for me was Aiden at that weight class. And Aiden is a kid that, one of the hardest workers in our room. He's taken this fight really serious. He picked up some strength and conditioning. He knows what DeMarcus is bringing. I'm really excited for this one. We got Coach Brandon, Coach Leo. They're going to be leading Aiden out there while I'm just kind of running the show. I'm glad I can be a spectator for this one.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Aiden kind of took my crown as White Boy of the Year, but
Definitely did.
but real good style. He hasn't been training super long, but really developed very quickly. A lot of confidence. And DeMarcus came up to me at the last show and was like, "Man, you gotta show me some love on the commentary. I know I'm fighting your boy, and I like DeMarcus. His style is cool. All the MTM guys, strong clinch, strong style, strong composure. I think that's a great matchup, and that's one of my fights to watch. Obviously, this whole card's full of bangers, but I'm really excited about that one. And not only because Aiden's a friend of mine and a training partner, DeMarcus has a great style as well. I just think stylistically it's a great fight, no matter who you're rooting for.
Aiden at a main event, when I first saw him, I was really impressed with his polish, his awareness and timing, his Muay Thai skill. And I questioned his experience because it was at a PMT. I was like, Lino, how long has this guy been training? Like, what are you doing to these guys? But he's just a hell of an athlete, seems like a natural, and good build. He's at the right age for it, and he's coming in fast. And, again, he's fighting a very powerful opponent. You're supposed to get your guys easy fights.
That doesn't happen on Rising Stars.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking.
And he wouldn't want it any other way. He wants a tough fight, and he comes from the best base that you can build upon Muay Thai, and that's skateboarding.
Really?
I
Little
swear
known
to God,
fact.
Yeah. If that balance, you got the strong ankles. Like I really think that the skateboarding helps. He's a hell of an athlete.
I skated a little. I always sucked, but when you watch guys that know how to skate and you see how like intricate the footwork is, it translates directly to Muay Thai.
And how many boards at the shins do you take?
A lot. And especially when you
has to
suck
help,
like me, that's mostly what you're doing.
I love that. And there's a grittiness to the skate culture, like Dogtown Z-Boys. Mm-hmm. And, the athleticism it takes, it makes sense.
And, DeMarcus, he wore the shirt out to the fights last time.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, I'd rather die.
Yeah.
But Aiden, man, this guy, he's jumping off of, like, bridges and stuff. And it's like he really has no fear. He has no fear. And that fight, again, like you said, it's one of my fights to watch. We'll go on to bout 4. 185-pound matchup. We have Justice Rice, Combat Sports and Fitness in Reno. He's fighting against Malachi Wary from Vacaville. I lied. He's not from Vacaville. He's from Marysville. Just one exit over from the casino. And Justice, I seen him fight at the tournament where our boys fought in Reno, and he looked amazing. Sharp, polished. And when Coach Hector, he sent in Malachi, he's been training for like 6 or 7 years, but no fights. So someone that's been in the gym training. We had a different opponent for Justice. That didn't go as planned, so this is the fight we made, and I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Bout number 5, we have Nathan Contoriotis from Jayen Muay Thai, Coach Mark, 137 pounds. He's fighting Nico Leeson from Ascend Muay Thai from the Hom family's gym. They fought before, and I heard it was a great fight. I watched some of the clips. 2 guys that are technically sharp. Nathan is a hard hitter, and Nico's more of an evasive, stylistic fighter. We had a different opponent for Nathan. That didn't go as planned, and I was looking for a matchup for Nico. And I didn't want to throw it at them right away because I know they fought before. But when I brought it up, both of them said, hell yes, we'll fight again. And that's another one that a lot of people are interested in. They want to see the rematch. Both have gotten better. Let's see what's changed.
Both really busy gyms and busy fighters and some of the young and upcoming talent. And, yeah, they're going to be a little different this time. They got to look, they get to make their adjustments and then try it again.
And, you know, they're on the biggest card of the year, so they just want to get on it and look good. So I'm glad we can make that happen. About 6, we have Zachary Flores, Pau Muay Thai from SoCal, 153 pounds against Jacob Bolanos, Bay Area Boxing. And we've seen Jacob before. We had a different opponent for him. You know, things change. About 2 days ago, so like 7-8 days before the fight, Zachary steps up. He jumps in. He says he'll do it. I know his coaches. This is going to be a great fight. We know Jacob, like I said, he's fought before. Just had a fight recently, shook the rust off, came down a weight class, tall opponent, more experienced opponent, had a little trouble, but the dog is still there. And Zachary's not a slouch, though. He's fought all over the place, some national tournaments, coming off of a KO win via spin elbow, has a few knockouts under his belt, and he's very clean stylistically. Jacob's a dog. So I'm excited for this one. You know, we have the DeMarcus and Aiden fight circled as a fight to watch, but that one as well, leading into our title fights, that's a banger.
Yeah, anytime Jacob fights, you know it's gonna be a war. And Zach too. It's a Poo Muay Thai. He has the podcast as well, right? Yeah.
Shout out to Jonathan Poo.
And you know, I say it every time we commentate, but all these teams are solid. You know, you don't have to worry. You really don't have to worry about mismatches. There's not a lot of that going on Rising Stars. That's just another great example of it.
And we talked to Jacob's brother Danny yesterday, and Danny Castillo. He's excited. He's coming out. Some of those guys, those ex-UFC fighters, they're coming out to the show. So we know Jacob will be motivated and get the W, and we'll see, though. Tough opponent.
Bolanos, one of the crowd favorites, and the fighter with the mohawk and a giant demon chest tattoo.
It's gnarly.
And the last fight, he came up short. He was a little frustrated by the teep. He just wanted to pull through his opponent, and his opponent, very experienced, uses reach well, and was able to outpoint Bolanos down the line. But Bolanos made the weight, and he got back in there. He got some momentum back, and then, boom, quick turnaround. I saw he was on this card. I'm like, okay, you know, he didn't get injured in the last one, and I'm sure this time the weight cut won't be as bad, and the timing's going to be a little better, so that'll be a good one. And, yeah, Jonathan Pu'u and the Muay Thai podcast. I believe he has.
Yep.
I think he changed the name. I think it was Pu'u podcast Muay Thai, and then but he's still doing some great content. I see him. He had Joe Cromford on and some of the other international commentary guys. So that'll be fun to have him here in town. Me and him can commentate and podcast back and forth.
That'll be sick. Yeah. You know, I have a quote from Jacob that I think is just an awesome quote. Just kind of describes his fighting style. He said, "I don't do fighting to look cool. I do fighting to beat the fuck out of people. I got the chest tattoo to look cool."
Let's go.
So that's him, right? Like, it's hilarious.
That is him.
That'll take us to our title fights. And we have 4 Rising Stars title fights. The main event title fight for the amateurs will also be a WFC title fight.
So what number in the card do the title fights start?
Fight number 7
7
through 10 will be amateur title fights.
So, man, I mean, it's only going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours till the main part of the card starts.
Yep.
And that's great, and right into some monsters.
Yeah, about 7 will be Maya Gibson, and she's training over with Ray Valetti and Anthony Aurelio. They're fighting for the 127-pound amateur Rising Stars title. She's fighting Danielle Downen from Sit Tong Sai Muay Thai here in town. That's a great fight. They fought before. I didn't know that. I think they were both each other's first fight. And we know Maya's sharp, technical from the outside. Danielle loves to come forward. She loves to clinch. Excellent left kick. I think that's a great matchup as well. And I'm glad they can do it for the Rising Stars title.
How many female fights on the card?
Just that one.
And I've been noticing the women fighters, it's a special thing. It's a rare thing. There's not that many of them. Even last night we commented on it. And again, one fight the females representing, and that's a big one, both premier American Muay Thai athletes, and going to be a killer 5-rounder.
And bout 8, another banger of a matchup. We have Elliot Moro, De La Soul Muay Thai. He is challenging David Torres from Rancho Cordova Martial Arts. David defends his title. They fought before. It's another one of those rematches. Split decision. Elliot took home the new money championship, I believe. But David holds the Rising Stars title. And he wanted to fight up here. He wanted to defend it. Elliot immediately, yes, I'll take the fight. That's a banger. Their first fight was amazing. Razor thin decision. And now we see it again.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of Torres. You know, he had the infamous leg break in a fight, and he's really rallied since then. And one thing I like about him, along with solid technique everywhere, knows how to jab, knows how to kick, knows obviously all the pieces to Muay Thai, but his speed. That's one of those things. Certain guys have an X factor. David Torres is fast. That's a fun fight.
Torres made his way back into the scene after breaking his leg. Mm-hmm. And we saw him get his momentum back. And like you mentioned, these two guys fought in the Bay Area. Was it on Kaizen?
No, it was on, I think it was a New Money show.
Is that down south?
No, it's
in the Bay, I believe.
Where.
Exciting matchup in an exciting weight class. 122, I believe.
This is 126.
126. So, Elliot Moro, I'm a big fan. Left-handed powerhouse, and we haven't gotten an opportunity to really see him up here. I've been watching him. He's on the De La Soul international team. He's been competing on our international tournament team and doing some shows in the Bay Area. So it's going to be interesting to be able to see him in person. And again, Torres, he's back. The leg is healed, and they're going to have a chance to make their adjustments and face each other again. And it hasn't been that long, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, and David's looking confident. You know, like you said, that leg, it was a little bit of a scary incident, and he feels confident. His first fight back, a little tender leg, didn't want to really use it too much, but now the speed is there, and I'm excited for that fight. I do got to give a shout-out to Will Tupin, Gavin Martinez. They filled me in and told me Elliot's lead vocals for the band Gulch, which was
yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know if they're still
They're good.
Yeah,
hardcore, yeah.
And you know what? Elliot, shout out. He's one of the only guys that ever likes or comments on any of the music that I post. I'll post all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I could tell he's a musician, and you got to love that. The hardcore guys, they want to scrap.
Yeah, Will and Gavin were on me. They're like, dude, that guy's one of our favorite bands.
Yeah.
Get him on the
Let's
show.
go.
So shout out to you guys for we made
Shout
it
out
happen.
Gulch.
And that leads us into the next title fight. We have Andy Garcia, Shield Muay Thai from Idaho. He is challenging for the 150 pounds Rising Stars title. He fights Kevin Cummings, Sit Tong Sai, right here in Sacramento. This is a great matchup. We know Kevin. Kevin is, I don't even know what kind of win streak he's on. Tall, strong, athletic, you name it, right? This guy has it all. Experienced, 30 fights. But Andy Garcia, I've been watching this guy for a minute now. We've seen him at the tournament. He had like a 35-second knockout of somebody. He kind of is a complete package. He can clinch. He can box with you. He can kick with you. I think it's a great challenge for Kevin. And, again, we're bringing somebody. This isn't a national level fight. Maybe somebody that we haven't really seen around. He hasn't been on Rising Stars, but I promise you this is going to be a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, and just to speak on the experience a little, it's cool to see them on our first Pro-Am show because, you know, Kevin, you mentioned 30 fights. He could be next to the next pro show he might be on as well. 11 fights, that's a lot of fights, you know. Andy as well. You know, this could be the kind of that gap between, you know, all right, finish my amateur career, let's go pro now. Let's take it to the next stage.
We'll just pay him next time, you know.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Why not?
Wait a minute. This isn't pro?
No.
Skill-wise, skill-wise, it's professional.
Kevin Sit Tong Sai, one of America's most dominant middleweight champions, and yeah, I mean, he's one of our premier athletes. He could definitely be pro. He's one of those A-class amateurs. He's fought in Thailand. He's fought at Raja. And, again, he's been very difficult for his adversaries to figure out. And Shield and Idaho Muay Thai, very technical, the coach. I had a little chance to talk with him when I went out to Utah. And I'm not familiar with Garcia, but Kevin Cummings, you guys coming into his home court, that's going to be interesting to watch. Who can unlock that puzzle?
They reached out a while ago, many shows back, and I just couldn't find the matchup at the time. And Coach was like, we're comfortable with being the away team.
Right.
We're in Idaho. There's no fights in Idaho, right? So he was like, we're comfortable. We'll fight whoever.
Great guys at Shield, and I was very impressed with the Idaho Muay Thai.
Yeah, I promise, though, this is we're definitely not bringing a slouch in. I hope nobody thinks that this is a kind of matchup where you have to overlook somebody. Andy is 100% legit. This is going to be an amazing matchup. And that leads us into our main event of the title fights. We go bout number 10. We have Garrett Boyer, undefeated fighter. He might have had a hiccup at the international tournament, but in America, an undefeated fighter, super heavyweight, Vital Force Muay Thai, Coach Lee. And he's going to be challenging Alberto Montano, Sid Regan, for the WFC and RSMT super heavyweight titles. It's a dual title match, well-deserved. These guys are awesome.
Right to me.
Let's go.
Go for it.
Vital Force, we know well. We fought them twice before, and Berto, coming off his last fight, he dropped down and attempted to capture 2 weight classes facing the undefeated Jack Kerr in January, and didn't go our way. It was a close one, and Berto's back. Berto has changed. He's dropped his body weight. He's moving around a bit faster, but he's looking to defend both of these titles, which he captured. He captured last year. Berto captured about 6 West Coast regional titles along with the national title. And it's just ironic that the collaboration between WFC and Rising Stars happened, and he happens to have both of those titles. So we can do the collaborative title. And this is going to be an interesting one. His opponent, we only know a little bit. We got to see him in his performance in Thailand. And Berto's used to fighting really tall and big opponents. This guy, they're a little more similar, I would say, although Berto now has dropped his body weight. But it's going to be an interesting matchup. And we want the opportunity to show what Berto can do against the athletes that are getting the international team opportunities. Berto would love to be on those teams representing America while he's still an amateur. So it's going to be a great opportunity that night, and we're excited for not only our local community being here to witness. We're going to have WBC officials, people from Arizona, and the greater American Muay Thai community in the house to kind of see where we're at.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Garrett's huge, heavy hitter. We all know what to expect. He's coming forward, and we've seen Alberto do the back foot thing, and he's going to move around. I'm excited to watch that fight, man. What do you think, Bill?
I'm not familiar with Garrett, but obviously we've seen Berto fight a bunch. He's near and dear to us, obviously, does a lot of the interviews. I just know that Berto doesn't take easy fights. He's not a guy that's looking for the easy belt or the easy dub or stuff to pad his record. And I know that he's not fighting Garrett for an easy dub. I think it's cool. 2 belts on the line. Let's see who rises to the occasion. I'm excited for that one.
That's a great point, and he really does want to do it for the legacy, and he's trying to represent all of us, like Sacramento Muay Thai, and
does a good job of that.
He's real with that, and that's how you get the records, right, is you have to fight the other champions, and he's made his rise, and you're right. Like, he wants that glory, and he's not afraid to go for it. And I think that has led him to the success that he's had.
Yeah, and before the podcast, you and I were talking about kind of writing our story, and that's something that's cool with all these fights, but with Berto, it just seems a little more apparent. That's what he's doing. You know, he's not ducking anybody. He's writing his story. You know, who knows where Muay Thai will be 20 years from now? But you know, Berto might be. You guys remember when Berto? We remember when we saw him at the Hard Rock, and now he's doing this and he's doing that, and he's coaching and whatever he decides to do with Muay Thai. You know, he's writing his story, and as is Garrett. I'm excited to see what Garrett comes in and what he's looking to do.
Yeah, you see the passion with Berto. After he lost his last fight, oh, man, in the locker room, I don't think I've seen a fighter that upset. And, I mean, you see it in other sports when there's a lot on the line, but you can just see how much it means to him. And he's going to look to put out one of those Berto performances again, I'm sure.
And, you know, Vital Force, man, you guys have fought some of their fighters before. He has a lot of heavyweights. And
Great gym.
Good ones.
Yeah.
They're excited to come up, and it's going to be a banger of a fight.
It's an honor. You know, it's a real honor to not only fight on this card, but to fight for the super heavyweight title in 2026.
You know, moving on, heavyweight to super heavyweight, right? So bout 11, our first professional match. We're going to have Amal Rasuli, Big Jack, Elk Grove Muay Thai. He's fighting against Dwight Akuma Maders from California Martial Athletics. I know both these guys. We know Amal. You guys might not be familiar with Akuma, but two excellent powerhouse fighters. I'm really excited for this one. No pads, no elbow pads at all for the pros. Someone's going to sleep, I think.
Big Jack. Again, we mentioned we faced Jack before, and he is a tank. He's classically trained. He has power in all of his strikes, and he's looking for the knockout. He had his stint in Thailand, and now he's back. And I was wondering, what's Big Jack doing? You know, Berto's still scratching his knuckles. He would love another. But we weren't sure. And then, boom, I saw him on the card, and in his hometown, that's going to be a banger.
Yeah, and Akuma, he's probably not so familiar to some of these people out here, but he trains with Joe and Dave at California Martial Athletics. I met him a couple years back at one of the USMTO tournaments, and it was just like me and a couple of the smaller guys, and then this dude gets into the elevator with us, looks mean, and 6'6", almost 300 pounds. And then Coach Joe comes in right after him, and dude's the coolest guy ever. But I was like, Jesus, bro, this guy's huge. And I always remembered that, like, just how cool he was as a person. And he's been trying to get on some of these cards. Obviously, he's the pro. He hasn't done Muay Thai yet as a professional, but he has a Muay Thai base. This is going to be a great fight. Like I said, he's 6'6". He's huge. I think a lot bigger than Amal as far as weight goes as well. So Amal will have his hands full, but we know what he brings.
Lino, are these pro fights 3-3-minute rounds?
Yes, sir.
All of them?
Besides the main event.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
3 threes for all the pros.
Good to know.
And that'll lead us into about 12. We have Joe Kimbrough. We have a Black Flag Kickboxing over from Hemet, California. 154 pounds. He's fighting Marcos Jimenez, Brito MMA from Sacramento. Joe Kimbrough's 4-0. Marcos is 1-0. This is a great matchup. Marcos coming up a little in weight, Joe going down a little in weight to make this fight happen. But if you guys haven't seen Joe fight before, he's come forward pressure style, been doing Muay Thai for a long time. He's done a lot of the WFC MMA events, and we know Marcos. Marcos has had a lot of successes in amateurs, one of my old teammates from way back in the day, and he's still killing it, man. He's coaching, he's fighting, and I'm excited for this fight.
Yeah, and I'll just speak a little on Marcos. He's a heavy hitter, and I've trained with Brito before. He was my coach at an MMA gym back in the day, and he's a real fighter. He's a really tough, scrappy dude, gritty guy, and he imparts that on his guys. And Marcos takes to that style very well. He kind of thrives in the dogfight, and Marcos is another guy. We've mentioned a couple guys that are here looking for the knockout. That's Marcos for sure. And Kimbrough, I know I've seen him fight.
We talked about him before, yeah. And he also owned the gym.
Mm-hmm.
He's also coaches, obviously, and he's been around the sport forever. Was an easy fight to make. You know, both these guys wanted it, and
both undefeated too.
Both undefeated. Somebody's always got to go, and we'll see. It's gonna be a great one.
Marcos has a mystique.
Yeah.
Interesting training style. Even interesting kind of shorts and what he wears into the ring. And hard to figure out his mindset and his approach. Scored a big knockout win against the top-ranked Cy Hansen last year. And, again, he's just been on a roll. And here he is, getting the opportunity on the pro card. He just played his card right. And this guy right in his hometown here. And Inland Empire, Hemet, California, shout out. L.A., right? Or SoCal.
Yeah, SoCal.
Right? And then I love to see that, you know, you guys coming up from SoCal, we get to kind of do that north-south war, Cali war. Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah.
That'll lead us to our co-main event of the evening. We have Kaylee Scott, Omni Movement, Hercules, California. He's fighting Cy Hansen. Cy Hansen from Sittong Cy, Sacramento. Both of these, they were former RSMT champions as amateurs. Both very well decorated, both very experienced. People have been asking me, when is Cy fighting again? And you know, he took about a year off or whatever it was, and I still get the messages in the text, and it's like, hey, is Cy fighting soon? A couple of the guys from my gym, you know, when's Cy fighting again? And we kind of kept this one under wraps for a little bit, and we made it happen. This is a fantastic matchup. One of the first headlining title fights I ever watched was Kaylee Scott back in like 2008. And he was fighting under Combat Fitness, I believe. And I'm excited to have him back, kind of a big full circle moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there he is, you know, co-main event of our pro show. And this is going to be a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, that's a fun one. And you mentioned everyone's always asking about Cy. He's a fan favorite. He's fun to watch. He has a cool style, very diverse attacks. He can kind of do it all: elbows, punches, kicks, knees, clinch is really strong. And Kaylee's a big, strong dude. Like that's an interesting fight. I've chopped it up with Cy a lot. He's a solid dude. I haven't talked to Kaylee as much in that capacity, but I'm really interested to see that one. I'm excited Cy's back, and Kaylee, it's been a while since he's fought as well.
He made a gym switch. I believe he was at Muay Thai Minded.
I thought so as well, yeah.
And now he's with Steve over at Omni Movement, and I think it serves his style a little bit better just because he loves to punch. Great kicks,
Footwork.
Good speed, good footwork, and I think Steve can kind of bring the best out of him. Not saying that Jay couldn't, but I think his style, how he started, is kind of where it's at now. And he kind of mentioned that in the interview, and he kind of feels like a piece of himself is back. So I'm really excited to watch that one.
Kaylee Scott, I believe he turned pro on my show.
He did.
When I did A1 Muay Thai 3, and I think I had 3 pro fights on the card, and some of the guys made the jump over from amateur to pro, and he was one of them. I thought at that time he was with the Resistance. I could be wrong.
He fought Aaron.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. And it's great to see him back. And when you turn pro in American Muay Thai, you're kind of waiting for the opportunities, right?
Yeah.
You can't just go back after collecting a purse on the tax record.
Yeah.
You can't go back to doing amateur. So great to see Kaylee still in shape, hungry, and getting back in there, facing another one of Sittong Cy's grand champions, and it's Cy the Gunslinger, the Road Warrior Hansen. And he's back. And Cy, again, he had a little rough patch. I thought he was one of the most dominant fighters a couple years ago. I had him on the podcast. And then he had some struggles in and out of the ring. And I love that he's back and getting this type of stage and motivation. I'm expecting him to bring that classic Road Warrior style, although he doesn't have to travel. And again, I never saw this matchup coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have, you're right? But putting the two together, is this Cy's first pro fight?
Technically his second.
Okay.
Yeah, technically his second. You think he fought at an Indian reservation on some weird rule set.
That's right.
But his first pro Muay Thai fight.
Right.
And, you know, like you said, though, Coach, you know, sometimes we all have struggles in and out of the ring. But sometimes you need to look forward to that next thing. And sometimes, you know, as fighters, we know it's like when you don't have a fight scheduled and there's a lot of things going on in life, you feel lost. So being able to have that thing to look forward to, this could be the resurgence of Sai. You know, and win, lose, or draw, you know, we get him back on board, and I'm excited, and the people are excited to see him fight again.
And I want to touch on something you mentioned, Ezra, you know, especially with the landscape of Muay Thai right now. You mentioned Kaylee went pro and then has kind of been on ice, not by choice, just there's not a ton of opportunity. We saw it when Rising Stars started. How many amateur promotions were there for Muay Thai? Not a ton. Look at it now. You know, and you can call them competitors or whatever you want to call them, but I think it's great for the sport. I'm excited to see after this first Rising Stars pro show, who else wants to throw their name in the hat? You know, who else wants to build a professional Muay Thai organization? And then these guys they don't have to stay on ice anymore. They'll get those opportunities, and you can't, once you go pro, you can't go back to amateur. You know, we mentioned my fight. I couldn't have had an amateur boxing match. I went pro in MMA 8 years ago. I had to go pro boxing. This is big for the sport. Not just this fight, obviously, the whole card. You know, this puts a lot of eyes, and especially once we get into the next fight, it's really exciting.
We'll get into it.
Let's do it.
Main event of the evening. We have 154 pounds, WBC National Championship title. Antonio Martinez, 12-4 record, monster Muay Thai, trains under his father, Mike Martinez. And he is fighting Eddie Abasolo from CSA out in Dublin, California, 11-7 record. We've seen him fight all over the place. I wanted both of these guys on the card as soon as I knew this fight was going to happen. I didn't think they'd be fighting each other right away just because they were in different weight classes. But then after talking to them and seeing how kind of low or high the other one can go, I was like, you know what, that's the match to make. Both of these guys were ranked 1 and 2 respectively in their weight classes. And you're going to see a real deal world-class level fight out of these two. We all love Eddie. We all know who Eddie is. You know, Antonio loves Eddie. He's been around forever. But Antonio's young and he's hungry. I've watched this kid since he was a junior, since he was fighting in Siam fights in Arizona. I think he had about 100 amateur fights. I remember a picture of him. He's like 12 years old holding like 15 championship titles. So he has experience. He's not coming in thinking that he is the B-side fighter, and I don't look at him that way. It's just a really good matchup. His long technical style, Eddie's slick, evasive style, 5 rounds. Who's going to win it?
And I'm excited for a lot of reasons for this fight. But to see Eddie back in the big gloves, you know, I think that benefits his
5
style.
5 rounds, too.
We're doing Muay Thai. You know, you got 5 rounds to work. You're wearing Muay Thai gloves. With his Famur evasive style, I think the big gloves benefit him. I think the smaller gloves in one, you know, you can have great defense. Those small gloves don't protect you much. And so it's cool to see Eddie back in. And I don't want to say real Muay Thai. A lot of people are going to yell at me, you know, the one championship fan. But I love one. But this is awesome. Eddie Abasolo was the first amateur Muay Thai fight I ever went to see. My coach at the time, Jake Dwangdara, bought me a ticket. We went to watch him at, it was Red Lion? It might have been Doubletree, wherever it was. It was an IKF title fight. He was defending his belt. And to me, that was one of the – and I don't want to gas up Eddie too much without mentioning Antonio, but – I'm much more familiar with Eddie. That fight was kind of the one that showed me, hey, there's a path, and that was an amateur fight, and now I get to call a big event like this. This is another one of those full circle moments.
And you know, we say that about us, but my biggest thing is to inspire. You know, like as a promoter, I want to inspire. I want to make these kids think that it's possible to be on the card or even to be watching the fight. Being a young fighter and seeing these two in the ring as the main event locally, you can see them, you can touch them, you feel like your dreams are real when you see these two fight. And to me, it was super important to make this fight happen, and I'm glad we did.
Eddie Abasolo, one of the great ambassadors for American Muay Thai in this generation, and you love to see him getting the opportunity to represent on a card of this scale. Too smooth, too slick, too Sabai. And Eddie Abasolo, you see him training all the time. He's always active on social media, and he's ready to go. And again, like you guys mentioned, I think the gloves and the 5-round here in NorCal, it's going to be a great chance to see that Eddie Abasolo style he's famous for. Martinez, the young, hungry fighter. Martinez coming out of Arizona, and I'm glad Eddie has a formidable opponent, and it's for the WBC national title, the pro title, so America and the international audience viewing and tuning in, we want it represented properly. We want it legit, and this is absolutely the legit title, and we're all going to get to see it. Hell, we get to call it.
Yeah, that's
it's an honor. I can't believe it's going to be amazing.
And you mentioned the WBC title. I won't get too much into politics, but as far as recognition, no one doesn't know what the green belt is. They see that green belt, they know it's legit, you know. So a kid that may have never seen Muay Thai before, but they've seen Canelo fight, they've seen whoever, Floyd Mayweather fight, they're going to see that green belt and say, I've seen that on TV before. And maybe that's what sparks, you mentioned the inspiration aspect of the fight. That's what sparks, hey, I just watched Eddie and Antonio fight, like, for a WBC title. This is a real path. This isn't just a kind of like an ominous goal that maybe one day I'll fight professionally, maybe not. This is inspiration. Even for me as a professional, this is very exciting for me.
And this is what took us a little while to want to start working with the pros. Is I had to do it right. You know, this idea kind of popped up last year of us going back and forth and doing a show there. But I'm glad I waited. You know, both of these guys had fought on one, and Eddie, his coach talked to me, and he finally was out of the contract and was able to, he was a free agent. If I would have done this last year, this fight wouldn't have happened. A fight like this probably doesn't happen. So I'm glad we waited and we took our time and we did it organically. We did it the right way, and just an amazing fight to headline this card.
Wow. I want to shout out everyone that's involved with the card. And again, we want to call to the community to support and do everything we can to put it on for American Muay Thai, and all you guys fighting. Good luck in your camp, making the weight. And we're going to see you guys. Is that it? Is that the full card? The main event is the final fight of the night.
Yes, sir.
And perfect, because Chris has given me the signal to wrap things up. Before we do, I had one thing to close on. And I've been doing a lot of commentary, sitting ringside with the officials. And one thing we do is we get the stat sheets. Like, you guys have had those sheets. I don't have any of those. I've been just freestyling.
Handwritten notes.
But yeah, well, I have some of the points, but you guys have the records and the stats. And that's something we do at ringside. And you know what? Sometimes they get messed up. And even one fight, people will be like, no, I'm 2-2. You know, not 1-2 or whatever. You know, the wrong city. And it just made me think, you know, how important stats are. And I was thinking about how other sports use stats. And when you watch TV events, like when you're watching a baseball game, you get to see the innings and the lineup. There's lots of little stats that are going on the TV, and I feel like Muay Thai needs that. Muay Thai needs more stats, and it needs more transparency. And it's not new. I just think Muay Thai hasn't tapped into it yet, because I'm old enough to remember Friday night fights, and you would have Teddy Atlas's unofficial scorecard, which we kind of have Ezra's unofficial scorecard. But what if we made a graphic? Chris, the other thing is CompuBox.
Yep. I was going to mention that.
And I don't think this is far-fetched. We can hire someone. They can count the kicks. But back on HBO Boxing, they would have CompuBox, so you could see how many punches were thrown each fighter per round and how many landed. And it didn't stop there, because you got that per round, and you got the total at the end of the fight, which kind of painted the picture of who really won, and if that coordinated with the judges' scores. And again, the audience could cry about it, and it just brought more clarity and legitimacy to the decision. And I feel like Muay Thai, even though it's the sport of the past, it's also the future, and we should try to implement some of these things. And the other industry leaders that are tuning in and watching, I know this isn't new. And again, we grew up watching these fights. They would have a little man diagram on the screen, and it would show how many shots to the head and the body and how many thrown and landed. But in Muay Thai, we could have it to the legs as well. And power shots, dumps, clinch, scramble wins, things like that. And again, the crowd loves stats. We love it. You want to see the streaks and the slumps. Like, how many fight win streak is this fighter on? And I, as a commentator, I'm supposed to know some of that stuff. Or maybe he's in a slump. He lost his last 3. And again, it paints a fuller picture. And I think it's something that we can do, or the big shows ought to do. As we bring Muay Thai in front of a bigger global audience, we want it to be recognized like other professional sports, or like our combat sports were in the past, like you see in UFC or in boxing, but just Muay Thai hasn't done it yet. Now, I know we're running out of time, Chris, but the other thing I want to push for that's already being used in Thailand is transparent live scoring. We want to know who the judges are, and each round, the audience and the viewers at home tuning in on TV can see what that judge gave that last round in live time. Like at the end of the fight right now, they just announce split or majority decision, and they raise their hand. There's no final score or what this or that judge scored it. And other sports do that, and you can kind of look it up if you get real nosy. Boxing has to publicize that because of all the gambling that's involved and the money that's invested. But I think it would just be better, and that wouldn't be hard to do. And it would be really enjoyable. It'll enhance the Muay Thai viewing. Also, it'll make the officials more accountable.
That's a big one.
You know, I've brought that up before, and an argument I've had was, well, it's just amateur Muay Thai. But amateur Muay Thai is damn near treated like professional.
Yes.
It's like, I mean, this is not like an amateur boxing match.
We have
amateur
TV.
boxing is like a PMT.
We have podcast. We're doing some more than some of the pro shows.
Yeah.
And you're right, accountability is important.
Yes.
You know?
And it just makes for more drama, more entertainment. And you guys can argue about it, and you can get mad. You know, it's just, and to bring credibility to what's actually happened, which we're still trying to do. We're still trying to gain the trust and the respect of the viewing audience. People that don't know Muay Thai, they flick over from one sport on UFC Fight Pass, and okay, here's Muay Thai. But I've seen it in the other old traditional sports, ones that have try to resist technology entering the space, but we're seeing it used successfully. We just had the World Cup, and you got to see the ABS. You got to see when there was a controversial point in one of those massive matches, they reviewed it.
Yeah.
Because that one moment can change the outcome of the fight. Like in my fighter's last fight, he got kicked in the groin in the first round, like in the first minute. They gave him a standing 8 count. We were like, what the hell? In between rounds, it would be nice to review that and that not dictate that first round, because you know it was a 10-8. The last 2 rounds were more competitive. Who knows? My guy might have won, but that's just an example. Also, this year we've seen ABS in Major League Baseball, where they can challenge, and they have a laser system that shows if it was a strike or a ball or not, and it's awesome. There was a lot of people saying, it's going to do this or that to the great baseball pastime, but it's not the pastime anymore. It's 2026, and it's made the umpires accountable. And you get to see who's a good ump and who's a bad, because they have the stats. And baseball people love stats. They'll show how many wrong calls that ump got this year. You know, and again, right now in combat sports, there's none. Like the officials, we don't even.
That, you know, for a judge, it's like he's had 17 wrong calls.
Questionable calls.
Herb Dean.
Well,
Someone get this on Herb Dean.
Yeah, and you're like, oh no, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Or
It'd be crazy.
again, that's one thing we need to improve. The sport is growing. The industry of American Muay Thai is growing and improving. And so does the transparency and the judging. The credibility of the judge and the outcome is going to be what helps get the respect and the acceptance of the viewing audience as a legitimate sport. And again, you can put it on the screen, right? And just be more entertained as you're having your popcorn. But gentlemen, Billy, it's great having you on.
Thanks for having me. It's been a while coming.
And we're warmed up, man.
Get
we're
me
ready
back.
to go. Yeah, and we're going to be right back at it. Coach, Lino, are you nervous at all?
Nah.
Serious?
My palms don't sweat. I don't get nervous, homie.
I'm sweaty right now.
I do want to say thanks to everybody for supporting us. You know, it's for all those that believed in our vision, and I've kind of told you guys and teased you guys about this. I appreciate all the coaches, the spectators, my whole family for stepping up and helping me with this. And but there is some people you kind of rub the wrong way because you're doing something. And I mean, I don't mind it if you don't support me, if you don't see my vision. Just keep on tuning in. Keep hating,
watching.
Keep hating, keep watching, and we'll just keep on shining. And it is what it is. August 1st, it's also my firstborn, Avelia's birthday. I had to ask her for permission to have the show that day, but it worked out. Make sure you guys all wish her a happy birthday on the 1st.
Happy birthday. We're going to see you this weekend. And yeah, if you're still hating, if you're not supporting by now, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I think it does. Let them hate.
But
I love it.
I
work,
like it that way.
I'd
The
rather
work-
beef.
The work and the passion you have for Muay Thai is obvious. And again, it's not one show or two shows, and the quality is there. So it's something else. You know, if the support's not there after all the good that you've done for the community, it just looks bad on them.
Sometimes they just dislike you because you're you know. So.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys. Tune in this weekend, August 1st. We'll be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Again, we will have a stream. Look for it on Akaizo Sports.
Cool.